Hi YouTube, the mic is out, and you know what that means. We're talking serious business. We're talking about hair. So I just want to introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name's Paulina. I'm a nurse who is obsessed with all things beauty, especially hair and the paranormal, but today is going to be a hair chat video. I had a request in the comments. Thank you so much for that. And it's a request to talk about the time I completely obliterated, damaged, destroyed my hair by going blondorexic and getting it platinum, and how I healed it back to health, the things I did, the things I used. So buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Okay, so I need to kind of briefly go over what happened. I'll insert some pictures here about how my hair looked immediately before it got destroyed. I had been doing my own hair for mostly convenience and financial reasons, and because I'm a control freak and I'm obsessed with all things hair, and I just want to figure out how I can do it myself, because your hairstylist, your colorist has a ton of control over your entire life, because a bad haircut and a bad color can really ruin things, you know? Right. So I basically did go to a person who gave me my dream hair, but then I moved. To a different state, so I could no longer really reasonably go to them. And I didn't trust anyone, so I just started doing my own hair, blonde. And things were going okay until I just kind of got the itch to go blonder. I had never been platinum blonde in my entire life, and I was kind of curious, I was blondorexic at that point. You know what happens. So I decided to treat myself, because at that point I had been a nurse for about 2-ish years, at least 2 years. And I thought, I'm gonna treat myself, and it's time to get all of this in the lengths highlighted again, and I just can't be bothered, and it would be a really nice treat to book a professional and just kind of pamper myself. So I went on Instagram and I found someone who seemed like they were a blonde specialist. All of their work looked good, and my eye just kept being drawn to all the platinum blondes that she did. Well, lo and behold, she's also a hair extension specialist, which kind of is a big red flag to me. I didn't know that at the time, but I just looked at her work where she just advertised her blonde specialty services that she had done. So I booked her, and she was nice enough, but what happened was a bunch of red flags that I just chose to ignore. She didn't really seem meticulous about her work, because keep in mind, I had gone to someone who was spectacular, who gave me my dream blonde, and what they did to my hair versus what she did to my hair was completely different. The first person meticulously went thin section by thin section and carefully weaved out precise pieces of hair, put it in foil that was very neatly packed and organized, and just worked very methodically, meticulously, and never left my side. They checked the foils constantly. They made batches of bleach fresh for each section of my hair. You could see the wheels turning in their head, where they're like calculating and formulating and just worrying about how the outcome was going to be. This person was not like that at all. She was just like, la-di-da, bond builders are miracle workers. They're just kind of like going to prevent any wrong from happening. And she used Brazilian Bond Builder, not Olaplex. So she just put Brazilian Bond Builder into her bleach. She only made one bowl of bleach. She didn't take thin sections of my hair. She just took huge random chunks of hair that she just back combed, and then she just slapped on this bleach with a Brazilian Bond Builder mixture. and just haphazardly just went around my head that way and just done in like less than 20 minutes maybe, which is kind of crazy because the person who did my hair before spent hours foiling tiny sections of my hair. This lady, no, she just took huge chunks, back combed and slapped on bleach, and then she took me to the bonnet dryer, the hood dryer, sat me down there and disappeared. Disappeared. And I thought I was being nice too. I brought Starbucks for her. And she just took her Starbucks and went in the break room or something. I didn't see her for a long time. I swear, I think I was under that hood dryer for over 40 minutes. Over 40 minutes, getting close to an hour. And I could kind of smell something funny going on. The bleach was starting to hurt my scalp. It was swelling to the point where it was starting to irritate my scalp. The foils were getting uncomfortably hot. I was actually getting terrified. There was a point in time where I kept looking around, trying to find her. I was wondering if I should yell or flag someone down to help me go find the stylist, or even beg someone to take these foils out of my hair. And I even thought about, there's probably going to be damage by this point, so maybe I could just take this hooded dryer off of me, rip all the foils out of my head, go to the bathroom, and rinse all this bleach out. And then I don't know what I was going to do after that. But I don't know, I'm like a dummy because I just sat there until she came back. Then when we went to the bowl where she was rinsing me out, I can hear the gasp. And then I can feel the energy change. It got very tense. And anyone in the salon was just walking over, being nosy, taking a look at the bowl where my hair was. And yeah, I basically had a chemical haircut. So I think so much of my hair just snapped off. And by the time she was trying to comb my hair out, my hair just was so stretchy and gummy. It was almost impossible to detangle. And I was sitting there mortified. I didn't know what to do, and I was just too polite, you know? And all I could tell her was, please do not use any curling iron or flat iron on my hair. And then she just went, okay, yeah, sure. We're just gonna blow dry it. And then she goes, you know what? Let's do a treatment. So she did a standalone Brazilian bond builder treatment, which really didn't help anything at all. After that, she offered to trim my hair, and I was so pissed at that point because I could see it in the mirror now. I think I lost at least a third of my hair. A third of it was gone. And it was like super stringy and thin. And I told her, no, thank you. Just please don't do anything more to my hair. And she carefully blow dried it. It was platinum blonde, but it was like a third of it was gone. And then she just kind of quietly said, you can come back and I'll give you a really good discount on extensions. So her hair actually looked kind of like this length, albeit hers was a little thicker, but you know what? It's because it was all extensions. So part of me kind of wonders if that's like her scam to earn more money, is basically not care about the health of people's hair by bleaching it to death or coloring it to death, where you lose, you don't maintain length retention, so it all snaps off, breaks off, thins out, or gradually thins out over time. And then she offers her money-making service of giving hair extensions. And that's where she really makes money. That's where my mind went. But she took before and after. Well, she never took before pictures, but she wanted to take after pictures. I think she was scared that I was going to demand money back or threaten to do anything. I left there giving her a 20% tip on top of what she charged. So this was back in 2021. I think it was around 2021 or right before 2020, somewhere around 2019 and 2021. And yeah, it was like $500 and I tipped and I left, knowing I will never come back to her. That's the thing. If someone completely destroys your hair so badly, it really doesn't make any sense for you to go back there for them to attempt to fix it, because who knows what's going to happen? It might get worse. So I went home, immediately went home, and yeah, she was right. I needed a trim. And like, I didn't cry at all. I was just so in shock that I was just kind of thinking, like, what am I going to do to fix this? So I went home and she had just blow dried it and it was just kind of like natural looking and straight. So I carefully put some leave-ins in and put it in heat-free curls, and I just waited and waited hours. I took out the heat-free curls to kind of assess what it looked like styled in a healthy way. And yeah, I still needed a trim, so I cut off about an inch because I had already lost a third of my hair, and my hair was really long at that point. Not this long, but probably around here. Like again, like I said, I'll insert pictures, what it looked like immediately before it got destroyed. But yeah, I couldn't bear to get it super short all at the same time. I mean, it was already bad enough that I lost thickness, but for me to lose length too, it was too much to bear. So I only cut off about an inch. And then I proceeded to basically cut maybe half an inch 2 to 3 times a month for the next 6, 9 to 12 months. I think for about a year straight, I basically cut off like half an inch to an inch every single month. I just had to, I had no choice. And the breakage still happened where like a few months down the road, I kind of looked like I had a shag haircut. So I'll insert pictures of that. And you know, it wasn't that bad because naturally my hair is not super thin. So for me to have lost a third of my hair, it still looked like a decent amount of hair. And that's why it helped to keep cutting it gradually, like a little bit shorter and shorter, because cutting it blunt at the bottom and having a little bit shorter gives the illusion that you have thicker hair. And also, as hair kept breaking off and breaking off, it just matched better if the length got shorter. So it just kind of looked like sort of a modern shag haircut. And that's the thing. It was my choice of whether I could be devastated over it and then desperately try to get back what I had, which is pretty impossible, even with extensions. Or I could just make the most of it. You know, a lot of the times you've had long hair for a while and you kind of get this itch to cut shorter, or you have hardly any layers and then you want a super layered haircut, right? So I just decided, you know what? I haven't had a shag haircut in a while. I used to love this, so I have it again, whatever. And, you know, like if it's cut shorter, there's different styles I could wear with it, and the shorter layers gives it more volume. It's more fun. I just enjoyed having really shaggy, layered short hair that was platinum blonde. I really did like the color. So yeah, I just decided to completely accept it for what it is and just decided I have the choice to hate it or love it. So I wanted to love it and love the journey. So that's kind of where my head was at. The biggest thing that helped the most was like trimming it myself often and just dealing with it and having fun with it, that it was like shaggy and short and working with the breakage. So the other thing is, My hair had never ever been that damaged before in my entire life. And it was very difficult to wash because anytime it got wet, it would stretch and feel like gummy. It didn't feel like normal hair. And I felt like if I kept letting the water run on my hair, it might stretch to the point where it snaps. So I remember washing my hair was a terrifying experience. I was kind of like cupping it, like holding my hair in my hands so that it couldn't stretch any further when it was wet, and I would gently wash it. So I realized that I needed to spend more money on my hair care because at that time my hair was pretty healthy, even though I was coloring it. And even though it was like a dark blonde, it was really healthy. But now, since it was so delicate and so damaged, I splurged on Olaplex. Keep in mind at this time, the only bond building products was Olaplex because it was the first to come out with it. And then soon after that, Sally Beauty Supply did a few dupes of Olaplex, but not of the entire line. They only did dupes of Olaplex 1 and 2. And then soon after that, they had the Bond Bar shampoo and conditioner, but this wasn't around at the time I had this damage. So I invested in the Olaplex shampoo, conditioner, the number 3, I think that's like the pre-wash treatment where you dampen your hair and then you put in the number 3, you wait, and then you wash it out. And then they came out with Zero. So Zero, when it came out, I put it in a spray bottle like this. This is the Apres, but Apres didn't exist at the time, but I had a spray bottle like this. And the thing is, Olaplex number 0 is not meant to be aerosolized. It's not meant to be sprayed. Because I remember when I did that, it kind of felt like I was breathing it in and I was coughing and it felt weird. So because it was the pandemic, we had plenty of face masks. I put on a face mask and then I would spray the 0 in my hair, because that's how I got it evenly everywhere. I would basically take section by section by section and spray it. And I would leave that in, and then I did the number 3. So this is a little sample size of number 3. Number 3 really kind of looked like this. So 0 first, number 3 after, and I would wait about an hour or so. And then I would dread washing my hair because, it would stretch and get gummy and scare the crap out of me. But I would get in the shower and use like warm water, not hot water, gently shampoo it with the Olaplex shampoo. I think that's number 4. And then I don't have number 4 Olaplex anymore, but this is the 5, which is the conditioner. I would condition with 5. And then the other thing is, after I washed my hair, it was so damaged and so porous that my hair never fully 100% air dried. It always stayed slightly damp. So I was forced to use a blow dryer on it, which kind of terrified me, but I invested in a really nice hair dryer that had ionic technology. So the ionic technology smooths the cuticle and it helps the hair dry faster. And I would basically put it in a microfiber towel gently. And then after it was in the microfiber towel for, 15, 30 minutes, I would kind of finger comb gently, and then I would let it kind of air dry and then sort of fan out my hair, because my hair basically dried faster on the ends, dried slower on the roots, but never fully dried. And then I would get the blow dryer, and never on high heat, always on medium heat, and never on a high airflow, always on a gentle airflow. I would gently blow dry my hair because that's the only way my hair would fully dry at that time. And you have to keep in mind too, hair is the most delicate when it is wet. which is why it stretched when it was wet. And also, if your hair stays wet for long periods of time, it's not good for your hair either. So, I had to blow dry it. So it actually dried fully with a blow dryer. And the thing I noticed about having platinum hair and having super bleach damaged hair is your hair is so dry that you can go a week without washing it. And my hair is oily. So, yeah, that's one kind of bonus, I guess, was you could not tell when my hair was greasy. It just soaked it up. And that helped because then I didn't have to go through that terrifying process of washing my hair and having to do the multi steps. Oh my gosh, the spraying in of the zero, the putting in of the lotion, the number 3, and then the gentle, terrifying washing. And then the conditioning, and then the, putting it up in the microfiber towel. And then the hardest part was detangling. For detangling, I used something that helped the hair dry faster, which I still love and still use, the Kenra Platinum Blow Dry Spray. So this is a heat protectant, but it also helps with frizz, and it also helps the hair dry faster. Because I thought, the faster my hair's dry, the less it stays in that delicate state where it's vulnerable when it's wet, and also the less mechanical damage from actually maneuvering it and messing it with the blow dryer. So I didn't have to use the blow dryer for a longer period of time. If I used a product like this, that helped it to dry faster, as well as an ionic dryer that helped it to dry faster. And then the other thing is leave-ins. So this was the time when it was soon after the whole coconut oil craze. There was a time, I don't remember when, I maybe like the 2010s, when people were kind of obsessed with growing their hair long, having natural hair that was long, and using natural products to get there. It was all about, oh, silicones are evil, sulfates are evil, and let's use virgin coconut cooking oil on our hair. So in the beginning, I did do that. But like I said, my hair was so porous and I could only wash my hair once a week. And it just didn't feel good or look good. It looked terrible to have my hair soaked in coconut oil. So I couldn't really go out in public comfortably, and just, I was self-conscious, having my hair soaked in oil like that. So I realized silicones are not the enemy. Silicones are great heat protectants. Silicones help detangle the hair. Silicones put a protective coating on the hair. So I think around this time, Olaplex was expanding their line, and I got Olaplex number 7. I just repurchased it because somebody requested this video and asked what products I use. I remembered I came up with this concoction for a leave-in, and I had to repurchase it. This stuff is so good. Back then, I went through probably 3 bottles of this. But yeah, this is the bonding oil. And I didn't just use that by itself, and I used it with marula oil. So I got the marula oil from Trader Joe's. It says marula face oil. Let me go get it. Yeah, so it's the Trader Joe's Marula face oil. That's basically the only ingredient in here. It's cold pressed marula oil. I basically mix the 50-50 concoction of Olaplex number 7 bonding oil with the marula. So it created this perfect combination of a lightweight oil where it's not detectable, but it provided that extra moisture and protection and healing to my hair. So that's what I ended up using as a leave-in for a while. And this is when I basically put my hair in a bun, and I wore it in a bun like basically every single day for a while, washing it once a week, as I discussed, and trimming it pretty much twice a month until it basically became this short, and I'll insert clips. Yeah, so then it got to the point where I really did miss my long hair. And then that's when I kind of learned randomly about hair extensions that actually blend well. So I'm not really the type of person who would want permanent extensions. I've never had extensions that you sleep in and get done with a professional. I've never had that because I like being able to thoroughly wash my hair. I like being able to put it in any style without the wefts or beads or any method showing. And I just feel like it would be uncomfortable on my scalp. And just the thought of it, ugh. I don't even like clip-ins. But clip-ins are nice because you can wear them for a day or a couple hours and then you could take them out. So I found some clip-ins which are not sold anymore on Amazon, and they're human hair extensions, so they can be dyed or heat styled. And it was pretty affordable, but it's because I have never been able to make hair extensions work and look natural on my hair. But these are perfect because since they weren't like expensive hair, the wefts weren't super thick. They were kind of like thinner, and they look like how hair naturally looks. Where normally, if you grow your hair long, it sort of thins at the ends. So that's what these look like. And because they kind of tapered off and got a little thinner at the ends, it was very effortless to blend into my hair. And I picked ones that were already a sort of balayage color. So the roots were kind of like a warm medium brown, and then the ends were like a super, super, super light blonde. And so when they came in the mail, it wasn't a perfect match because, did I mention my hair was so porous that I could not use purple shampoo on it. The first time I used purple shampoo on my bleach damaged platinum hair, it turned purple, like a dark purple. It freaked me out. So I was kind of stuck with purple hair, and then I had to kind of like wash it once a week because I couldn't keep washing it like back to back to back. I had to wait. So every time I washed it, color would bleed out. So it turned like this silvery gray color, and then it turned platinum blonde again. So I was scared of purple shampoo during that time. And my hair was like very, very platinum for a long time after it was accidentally dyed purple from the purple shampoo. When I got these hair extensions, they were not cool toned enough to match my hair at the time. So thank you to YouTube. I saw a professional tone extensions before putting it on a client, and it was brilliant. What she had done was she filled up a sink full of water, put a little bit of purple shampoo in it, and sudsed up the water. So it was very, very diluted purple shampoo in a bowl of water at the sink, and all you do is you just dip. You just dip the hair extensions into it until it turns into the color you want. And sometimes it takes a couple dips only, and it's perfectly platinum. So that's what I did to my hair extensions. And then I got it to perfectly blend to my super cool toned, super light blonde hair. And that's how I used it. So the roots of the clip-in extensions were kind of like a warm medium brown, which really matched my natural color, and I used it that way. So it was a very time intensive, I don't know how to say it. It took a really, really long time to grow out the damage, but I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the journey. And eventually my hair was no longer platinum anymore. I was at the time like touching up my highlights myself, and I would basically section out carefully, thin, precise sections that are carefully weaved out, and I would only bleach the growth to try to blend it to the rest of my hair. And yeah, so those hair extensions no longer match my hair now because my hair is not that light. So what I did was I used semi-permanent pink color to color all of it, all of the platinum blonde pink. And I still use those extensions today from time to time. It's just now I think my hair is too long for those extensions to blend anymore. But I'll insert pictures of me dyeing them, or what it looked like when I dyed them, and then what it looked like clipped in. So the whole point is it's a journey. Just enjoy the journey because it's a slow process. You don't want to try to rush it because rushing it is only gonna make you more frustrated and angry and, unhappy with your hair. Just kind of figure out, okay, this is what we're working with. Let's make the most of it. Let's have fun because it's just hair, right? Sometimes it's just hair. Just have fun with it. But if you want to have healthy long hair, it is a journey. And it requires a lot of patience and a lot of meticulous care. So yeah, I hope that was informative. If I were to have to do that all over again, oh God, I hope I never have to again. But if it were to happen again, I would use different products now because I only had this available. Oh, when I blow dried, I discovered this. So Apogee was the thing before Olaplex was the thing for girls that had super damaged hair. I think Apogee is something you get at Sally Beauty Supply, and they have like a multi-step treatment, and you basically put it in your hair and then you blow dry it, and then it's kind of like putting egg whites in your hair. It's some kind of protein treatment, and your hair is going to feel stiff, and then you wash it out. So I don't like that process. I've used it before and I just don't enjoy it, and it seems a lot of trouble. But a lot of research online, there were people who loved and raved about this. It's a keratin and green tea restructurizer. It strengthens and builds body, protects color, and chemical services. So basically, this is meant to be used immediately after coloring, relaxing, and it's supposed to restructure the hair. It's like pH optimized, and it gives you protein for strength, emollients for shine, humectants for softness, and basically it works with heat. So your blow dryer really helps with that. So when I was blow drying my hair, I would use this when my hair was a little healthier. So when it did get healthier, I invested in the Dyson Airwrap when it first came out because I am hair obsessed. To me, spending that much money on a revolutionary hair tool that supposedly is a healthy way to style your hair was a no-brainer. I know it is insanely expensive, but I'm someone who's obsessed with hair, and I had been coloring and cutting it myself at that point. So the cost of the hairdryer was pretty much how much it cost me to pay a professional to completely damage my hair. So there's that. But yeah, when I was using the Dyson Airwrap, I would let it air dry mostly, then I would kind of rough dry the roots, and then the ends would be completely dry, but then it would be more damp towards the roots. So I would carefully mist this on the ends to kind of make it evenly damp, and also to help the heat make this work to strengthen my hair. And I'm telling you, I love this stuff. Ever since then, when I first discovered it around 2020, I still repurchase it now. And I don't use it to blow dry all of my hair anymore. I just kind of spot treat. So after I wash my hair now, I blow dry my bangs with the Airwrap away from my face. And I do from time to time use this. Yeah. If I were to do it again, like I said, I have other products I would use. Like clearly, I would use K18. It just didn't exist back then. I would use the Ypres. It's like a pre-wash treatment that's a lot easier to use than the Olaplex because Olaplex requires you to use 0 and then 3, but this is just one step. And it's so much easier just to spray it in your hair evenly, put it in a bun, wait like an hour, and then wash it out. Oh yeah, and I didn't know about this because this didn't come out till later. This is also a bond building treatment from IGK that I use in between washes. So it's a kind of like a dry hair mask. It said time release bond building dry mask. So in between washes, I spray this in my hair and it does bond building, it softens, it makes it smell good. I just love it. And it doesn't make it frizzy. It maintains this like second day, third day hair already styled look. And yeah, that's I think everything I would like to talk about that I can think of. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, sometimes, because yeah, I used mainly the marula oil mixed with the Olaplex. That was like my holy grail at the time. But I did sometimes use, like I said, any kind of styling item that helped my hair dry faster. And this is the generic version of the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. It smells like green apples, and it's a very slippy, very nice silicone leave-in oil that helps your hair dry faster. So I had the original, and then I realized that Sally's had the generic, and it works just as good. I think that's everything. I keep saying that. Yeah. Yeah, so now there's just a lot of really great bond building products out. Redken has some, and Sally's now has the Bond Bar line. Eliza Vecchia has the Sear 100, which I love and use currently. Now I'm rambling. So I'll just do another video where I tell you my top favorite hair care products like last year, the year before, or current. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative, and It sucks when you have your hair damaged, but you do learn a lot from it. So, having to wash my hair once a week is how I successfully learned to stretch my washes. Ever since then, now I only wash it twice a week, 2 or sometimes 3 times a week. And I'm used to how my scalp feels when it's not super squeaky clean, but if my scalp feels uncomfortable, I will wash it. Don't go overboard. If you don't wash your hair often enough, you can cause damage too. But yeah. This is just a series that I love to ramble about hair. I might do different formats in the future where I'm actually doing hair treatments on camera and maybe do like a little current hair products tour, which I have a ton. It's kind of insane. But love you. If you like this kind of content, stick around, maybe subscribe. I would love that. Leave any comments down below of any videos you want to see from me in the future. And I get kind of bored posting the same content all the time, so that's why I kind of jump around to things I love to talk about. But yeah, hope this was informative and see you in the next one. Bye.